Hello everyone and welcome to another casual review. Today I'm talking about Mega Man 8. I'm sad that we only got one Mega Man game for the Super Nintendo, that being the mainline Mega Man games. I know I still have to play through all of the Mega Man X games, which I still haven't touched, but now we have moved to the PlayStation 1 and the Sega Dreamcast. This is a 32-bit, and I actually like the look of Mega Man 7 better than the look of Mega Man 8, and it might just come down to personal preference, but it just seems less detailed in a way, even though they try to implement some of these like pseudo 3D things, like when you get to Dr. Wily's fortress, it does this whole 3D pan around. But in terms of art design, this actually has a 90s cartoon intro, and I can't quite remember if there was a Mega Man cartoon or not. True Mega Man fans will be able to tell me, but it was kind of interesting seeing this art design, this kind of like 90s anime in an actual video game, and you get 3 cutscenes in this art style, which I thought was actually pretty cool. It did kind of make me a little nostalgic for those Saturday morning cartoons. Unfortunately, this game also brought in voice acting, and it is not good. I especially don't like the voice of Mega Man. After all, he's Mega Man, not Mega Boy, but he has a really high-pitched voice like a little kid, and I don't think it matches him very well, and it doesn't make him seem very threatening. And like, yeah, your protagonist isn't supposed to be threatening, but what I mean is maybe masculine is the term I'm looking for here. He just doesn't seem very stoic or cool, which is how you picture him when you're playing through the first 6 Mega Man games. The rest of the voice acting is not good either. All of the bosses have voice acting, and whenever you hit the bosses with their super effective ability, they say something really dumb, like Clown Man, he says like, "What are you doing to me?" And it is just like deadpan like that. It is really bad voice acting, and I really hope that Mega Man 9 does not have voice acting, or at least it is done better than how it is done here. So let's go into the plot. Basically, a mysterious meteor of powerful energy crash lands into Earth, and Dr. Wily is harnessing it. We also get introduced to a mysterious robot from space known as Duo. And he is basically like in this eternal battle with this evil, and they both crash landed to Earth, and now Dr. Wily is trying to harness that evil essence for his own purposes. A lot more of a plot than we have gotten in previous Mega Man games. Nothing too story heavy here though, but at least it's like something to get us going. There are a couple different changes here. I know Mega Man 7 changed things up quite drastically, and this adds even more to it. For one, your Mega Buster is always equipped. So the left button will always fire the Mega Buster, and the right button will be your ability that you have attached to Mega Man. This means that you don't have the rapid fire, you're just going to have to tap that button over as fast as you can. One thing that I really appreciate about the whole ability thing is your ammo does refill if you die, which makes lives even more precious. Before that, you really had to conserve your ammo, or you have to go back and just defeat a bunch of random enemies hoping that they will drop ammo to refill your ammo capacity if you are low. You can visit the shop at any time in between levels, which is nice because I wasn't able to find the shop in Mega Man 7 if you remember. The shop works a little bit differently in this game though. Rather than like a currency that you use to spend on items like lives and ammo packs, in this game you find these special bolts, and you use these bolts to purchase permanent upgrades. And I actually really like the idea of attaching permanent upgrades to Mega Man to make him stronger, but most of the upgrades themselves aren't like really that exciting. There is one that makes it so you don't slide backwards when you get hit, or you can charge up your Mega Buster faster, or you can fire more bullets at once. Little things like that, and I like the idea of it. I like the direction that they're going in. However, in order to get all of these upgrades, you're going to have to replay the levels quite a lot to get those bolts. I was only able to purchase 3 or 4 of these upgrades, and I believe there's like 15 to 20 of these, so I didn't go back and replay these levels to get them. And so I don't know, I wish maybe like there was, I don't know if this is straying too far away from the Mega Man formula, but something like XP, and you could level up and get upgrades that way. I don't know, maybe some of the future Mega Man games do that. There are mini bosses in this game, and while you did fight Bass in Mega Man 7, or I think I heard in the cartoon that Mega Man called him Bass, which I would really hope that he goes by Bass instead of Bass, because his dog is named Treble, so it kind of goes with that musical theme. But I actually think canonically his name is Bass. I digress. You do fight Bass in Mega Man 7 kind of as a mini boss, but this game introduces different mini bosses, like different little robots that you fight in between the levels. And each level is like separated by 2 different sections. So you have to go through a loading screen before you get to the second section of the level, which it's nice having longer levels, but at the same time, this loading screen kind of makes these levels seem a little just disjointed, just a little minor complaint of mine. I do appreciate the additional checkpoint, however. On the topic of bosses, Yellow Devil does make his 3rd reappearance, I believe. However, he is not yellow anymore, he is the Green Devil now. It's fun seeing the Green Devil in 32-bit. He's come a long way since his Mega Man 1 days. Apparently, there are secret bosses, and they are bosses from the first Mega Man that you can fight, like Cutman. I had no idea about this. I saw this later after I beat the game, but I never found these secret bosses, and I don't know how you get to them, but still, that's pretty cool to see like modern appearances of the first Mega Man bosses. Now you did see, what is his name, like Flame Man or Torch Man? He's the one who looks like a cigarette lighter from the first or second Mega Man. You do see him in Mega Man 7, but it is just a still image, so it's kind of cool that you could go back and fight some of these older bosses. That reminds me of 2 of these arcade Mega Man games that were on the GameCube Mega Man collection that my brother and I played through, and you could fight some of the older bosses in this new arcade style. They were shorter games, obviously, because they were meant to be played in an arcade, but those games have not made it to this modern collection that I'm playing through now. Mega Man can swim. Before, in previous games, when you are in the water, Mega Man just jumps super high, like lower gravity. In this one, you can actually press the jump button over and over again to make him swim, and it took me way too long to figure that out on like the very first level. I'm like, geez, how do I get up there? I don't have like a rush coil or anything like that, and just by accident, I ended up swimming. So, oh, okay, Mega Man can swim now, apparently. Good for him. Rush has some new abilities. No rush coil like I previously mentioned, but he can turn into a motorcycle and you can ride him. He has these other abilities, like he has his Rush Search from Mega Man 7, but he also has this support where he can like fly back and forth over the screen and drop missiles or drop items, which is nice. Mega Man's really gaining a posse now too, because Beat makes an appearance, and this new green robot, and you got Roll. She kind of acts like the vendor that you purchase upgrades from. And then you also have that little red dude that gives you items, and way back in, what is it, like Mega Man 4 that you first see him? I'm not quite sure his name though, I'm sure he has one. And these friends mostly make an appearance during these sections that kind of act like a shoot 'em up, where you are riding Rush Jet, and you can get help from these friends to help fire projectiles at your enemies, which are cool segments that help break up the gameplay. There are other segments like this as well, like one where you're riding this snowboard that's jet powered down a hill, and you have to jump and slide over the obstacles. There's one where you're like on a waterfall and you're fighting one of these mini bosses. Cool little things like that just kind of help mix up the gameplay of the traditional Mega Man style. I actually really like the powers in this game, one of them being the Flame Sword. Mega Man finally has like a true melee weapon, which I felt like isn't as useful as some of the other abilities, but it's still cool to have. And Mega Man's moveset in Super Smash Bros. Has this Flame Sword, so I was wondering when that was going to show up, and it looks like it was Mega Man 8 apparently. He has an electric grappling hook, which you only use during certain sections of the game. You have to attach them to these pegs that are on the wall. I kind of wish that they worked with enemies, like they would like pull the enemies towards you or something like that, but it does act like a weapon that will damage them within a certain amount of distance. Still, it is cool that they are actually having you use these abilities within the level as you are progressing, and I think they are mostly able to do this because they section it off. You do 4 levels, you have a little mid-section into the game, and then you do 4 more levels. This also happened in Mega Man 7, which I forgot to bring up, but because you do it 4 and then 4, you're able to use the abilities from the first 4 in the last 4. Another one that kind of acts like a substitute to Rush Coil is it's like Airman or whatever his name is, and you fire it on the ground, and this current of wind blows you upwards to let you reach higher heights. Astro Crush from Astro Man's ability is basically like Toadman's Rain ability. It just damages everyone on the screen. However, you're only able to use it 4 times, so you want to use that quite sparingly. Overall, I found that the most useful ability, even though I did really want to just keep using the Flame Sword, is the Flash Bomb, which basically leaves like this explosion after you fire it, and it kind of lingers there and damages damages any enemy within that explosion. Super beneficial for enemies with like shields because it damages behind the shield, and really useful against certain bosses. Not that it matters that much on the Switch because I can just resume the gameplay whenever I wake up my Switch, but this does have save data. In all of the previous Mega Man games, you had to enter in a code to resume your gameplay from where you were at, and this did not save your lives or anything like that from what I understand. Like I said, I'm playing it on the Switch, so I can just turn it back on and pop back where I was, but it is nice that it does have that save data. I don't think the music is that good in this game, and I thought the music in Mega Man 7 was much better. Now, I do think that the peak of Mega Man music was way back in the Mega Man 2 and 3 era. Maybe I'm just a little more partial to that chiptune type of music, but the music in this game was very forgettable. Maybe I'm getting a little burnt out of Mega Man once again, but I just overall didn't enjoy 8 as much as I enjoyed Mega Man 7, even though I like some of the ideas that are implemented in Mega Man 8, and I do hope make a reappearance in Mega Man 9. It could either be chalked up to maybe I'm burnt out, maybe I was just so excited about the jump between Mega Man 6 and Mega Man 7 that I enjoyed Mega Man 7 so much more than this, or maybe just Mega Man 7 is a better game. I think I'm going to have to go back to my 3 out of 5 score that I gave Mega Man 6 and under. But I want to hear from you guys. Did you like 8 more than 7? What's your favorite Mega Man game? Have you ever played Mega Man 8? Do you just want to geek out about Mega Man? Because at this point, I am all in, and I am 2/3 of the way through my playthrough. We also have now done a casual review for every Mega Man game that I've ever beaten. So this includes all of the Mega Man Zero games, the ZX games. I only played one, Battle Network, but that's up there. And the collection on the GameCube that I played through as a child only went through Mega Man 1 through 8. So now whenever I do a casual review on Mega Man, I am going in completely blind. And I'm actually kind of excited for it. However, I think I will step away from Mega Man, just take a quick little break like I did in between 4 and 5 so I can get my palate cleanser and I can go back into Mega Man 9 with a fresh state of mind. That's it for me though. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!